Good morning, student. I am Rajendra Singh Mori, your maths teacher from the Gnan Manjari Vidyapit Mova. Again, all of you welcomes in this online classes of class 9, and we will discuss here again for our breeze course. This is the lecture number 3. We already discussed the sum of the point in first two lecture, and we will also discuss with the different day plans, and you all know that this is a part of the 9 day different breeze course, whatever you studied into the class 8. So in the last lecture, whatever we discussed, that is the laws of exponents. Same thing we have also discussed here for the some of the prime factorization method. So whatever we discussed today, just you write down in your rough book, and whatever the practice question we discuss, just you have to send as a homework of today. So let us start with it. First thing is starts from the practice question 5 here. So this is your fifth question. Whatever we going thoroughly into the previous point, so just we have to take it here. So first we starts with this practice question 5. Before that, we just check out whatever I given you to the one homework related with the first four question. So first four question just we have to rewind it, and then after we go for the practice question number 5. So let us look forward this. How many types of the questions I already given you to the last lecture, just we have to solve first. So those who are not completed this all the homework that I previously given into the last lecture, just you watch out it and you write down in your book also. So this is the solution of the representation minus 5 by 2 on a number line. How to minus 5 by 2 represent on the number line, that is given the solution of the first question of here. So you can directly put here. And one more thing, whatever the things you have to explain, that you write again into the practice question 2, where those students having the doubts in particular question, you can also write down again with this practice question 1. Then this is the practice question number 2. So those who have not write well or not solve well, and those having the some doubts basically in this how to plot these particular numbers into the number line, you can directly seeing from this practice question 1, then again practice question 2, then this practice question number 3, minus 2 by 3 and 1 by 8 by the finding their mean is there. Those having not ideas how to solve out with the using the mean method, so again you have to try it out for this all practice question 3, and then last one the practice question number 4. So all four questions you just check it out with your last homework, and you can also write down in your rough book whenever it required. You have to find out from your book, isn't it? So let us move on to the next point. So start with this day of 3 of this breeze course. We have to learn about the Cartesian coordinates today, and how to Cartesian coordinates is work. So we will show a one short video for that, and you have to take the concept of the Cartesian coordinates from this video. So without failing, you have to watch this carefully this video. So let us start with it.
Get the position of a point easily. Find the position of the horse on the chessboard. You can identify the position of horse using the numbers and letters marked around the board. The horse is placed in the fourth row and in the column A. You must have learned about the world map in social sciences. How would you describe the position of India in the world map given below? We can locate any place on the map using latitude saw that in many situations we describe the position of an object using two independent values. But how do we find the position of a point in mathematics? 17th century French mathematician named René Descartes developed a system called the coordinate grid system to determine the position of a given point on a two-dimensional plane. In his honor, the system is called the Cartesian coordinate system. A coordinate plane or grid is formed by two perpendicular number lines that intersect at a point O. The point of intersection, marked as O, is called the origin. The horizontal number line is called the x-axis. The vertical number line is called the y-axis. Now, how do we describe the position of a point? Let's call it P, located on this coordinate grid. We will use the numbers written along the x-axis and y-axis and describe the position in relation to the origin. From O, let us start by moving 3 steps to the right, that is 3 units along the x-axis. From here, move 3 units vertically in the upward direction along the y-axis. We have now reached the point P. We can say that the coordinates of point P are 3, 5, where the first number, also called the x-coordinate of a point, tells how many units to move to the right on x-axis, and the second number, called the y-coordinate of a point, tells how many units to move up along the y-axis. The coordinates are always written in the same order, that is, the x-coordinate followed by the y-coordinate. So they are also called an ordered pair. Notice that point P is at a perpendicular distance of 3 units from the y-axis and 5 units from the x-axis. Now, if the coordinates of point P are 3, 5, can you guess what the coordinates of the origin would be? Correct. The origin is the meeting point of the two axes, which means it is neither along the x-axis nor along the y-axis. Hence, we say that coordinates of origin are 0, 0. Consider another point Q. If it lies 4 units along the x-axis and 2 units along the y-axis, what would its coordinates be? Yes, its coordinates are Q, 4, 2. What will the coordinates of a point R that only lies on the x-axis be? The point R is 6 units to the right of the origin on the x-axis. So its x-coordinate is 6. It is 0 units above the x-axis. So its y-coordinate is 0. Therefore, the coordinates of point R are 6, 0. Friends, today we learned how to use an ordered pair to name any point on a coordinate plane. The first number in the ordered plane is the x-coordinate and the second number in the ordered pair is the y-coordinate. Happy learning that the
So this is a Cartesian coordinate systems here, and you know about the. So this is very useful here because of Cartesian coordinate system is based on the origin, which points we can say that it's the origin here, and some of the points is discussed here, like suppose we have to plot here the P points, then how can we represent it? So these things is very important because of from x-axis how many distance is there, like that way from the y-axis is there, and this is from the x-axis is there. So we can put here the P points is coordinates x is a 3 and coordinates y is the 5 because of Here consider the 5. So same way, how to plot in these coordinate systems with different coordinates of x and y. So that we are using here from these Cartesian systems, and how to plot in x and y. So this is very useful here. So just we have to take the another one points, and that points we discussed from here. So let us move on to based on this Cartesian system, some practice questions are there. You can also solve in today's homework also. All the solution is given over here. So let us start with this practice question. Here given that a book is placed on a graph as shown in the given figure. So in this figure, identify the coordinates of its corner A, B, C and D. So we have to find out the coordinates A, B, C and D. So this all four coordinates we have to find out. Okay. So using this particular graph, this graph you can also draw in your book में भी आप draw कर सकते हो, और यदि आपके पास graph book है then you can plot it into the graph. So it's a very healthy practice onto the graph. So I suggest that you have to use this all the graph into the graph book. If you haven't, then you can directly write in your book, but you should use the pencil and ruler as per appropriately whenever it required. So it's very easy things how to solve it, just we have to check it out. I'm talking about the first point A. So the perpendicular lines drawn from corner A meet the x-axis at 2, because of we starts from the A point से कहाँ तक वो मीट होती है 2 points, and the y axis at the 4 points. So coordinates of the corner A are 2 and 4. So that is decided. Okay, so first one is we covered. Second one we find out the corner B, that is given the 2 and 7. So, so the perpendicular lines drawn from corner B meet the x-axis, that should be on the 2, and the y-axis it should be at 7. So obviously the coordinates of the corner B are 2 and 7. So that things we are using here, like 2 and 4. This two B corners is that. तो आप देख सकते हो कि B जो पॉइंट है उसका कॉर्नर नीचे x एक्सिस पे कहाँ पे टच होता है 2 के ऊपर, और y एक्सिस पे आप देख सकते हो तो कहाँ पे होता है 7. So we can write down like 2 and 7. It's a corner of B. Similar way we are going for the C and D. C is having the 4 because it touched the x-axis on the fourth point, and the remain second one y coordinates that touch at the y on the y-axis, that is 7. So 4 and 7, that is the corner point of point C. Similar way we are using for the D points, that is having 4 and 4 because of coordinates of x, that is touch on the x line, that is 4, and y also having the 4. So this is we considered here. The next one points we points here. The next things is that now the second point is that question is that in the practice questions here, write the coordinates of the vertices of each of this figure. Now we have to going for the vertices. Vertices मतलब जो भी पॉइंट्स आपको दिख रहे तीनों तीन फिगर में आप देख सकते हो कि ए फर्स्ट फिगर जो आपका स्क्वायर है ए बी सी ओ, दैट इज द main figures coordinates are there, and all the points are the vertices of it. Vertices मतलब कॉर्नर के जो पॉइंट होते हैं वो. PQRS, that is one quadrilateral are there, then PQRS is the four vertices having this figure, and third one that is one triangle and it has the K, L, M are the vertices. So you have to find out the कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऑफ ईच वर्टाइसिस ऑफ दिस फिगर। तो आप अलग अलग भी कर सकते हो और एक ही फिगर में तीनों पॉइंट्स को जैसे यहाँ पे आपको ड्रॉ किया वैसे ही आप सेम अपनी बुक में ड्रॉ कर सकते हो, ग्राफ बुक में ड्रॉ कर सकते हो और वो उसी में ही आपको वर्टाइसिस फाइंड करने हैं। कैसे? जस्ट वी हैव टू चेक द कोऑर्डिनेट्स ऑफ द फिगर ओ ए बी सी। हम पहले फिगर की बात कर रहे हैं लाइक दिस। So O, A, B, C, that these are the four vertices of this. So O having the coordinates 0, 0 because of its origin. Second one A, that's having the 2 and 0 because it's put lies only on the x-axis. So y-axis obviously 0. B having 2 and 3 and same C having the 0 and 3. Is it clear? So that is the first one. This is the answer. So you can write down this answer over here for the first figure only. Then second one, that is given here the coordinates of the figure PQRS. So whatever the vertices you found, so you have to find out the coordinates for that vertices only. P having 4, 3, Q having 6 and 1, R having 6 and 5, and S having the 4 and 7. Is it clear? Similar way, this is the answer of it, and we should write the answer like that way. And then after we go for the third one, that is the coordinates of the figure LKM is there. So coordinates L, vertices L having 7, 7, K having 10, 5, and M having 10 and 8 from the given graph. So that way we should knowing about the how this particular figure points out different vertices, and that vertices occupied which one coordinates either x having which one value and y having which one value, that we have to decide for using this coordinate system. Is it clear? So let us move on to the next point. After Cartesian coordinate systems, we just move on to the another points that is related with the algebraic expression. So we should also knowing about these things because of major parts is covered regarding the algebraic expression. At least 2 or 3 chapters we covered into the ninth standard. So you knowing about that algebraic expression, whatever you studied into the class 8, that concern, that portion we covered here. So we just get it very rapidly. Now this is the expression, how many terms does each of this expression have? अभी हमें सबको पता है कि इस चीज को मुझे मेंशन करना है तो कैसे करेंगे? So number of terms, we can say that here in the first expression having the number of terms only 1. Which type of the expression we can say that it just we have to take it out. फिर second है आपका expression x plus 2, it having the 2 terms over here. And third, x square plus 2x plus 3, that having the how many terms? That is 3. So each having the types. So if expression having only one terms, then we can say that it's a monomial. We can say that it's a monomial, or we can say that it's a linear. 2 terms, that is we concern that जिसके पास 2 terms है उस terms को हम क्या कहेंगे? बाइनोमियल. एंड जिसके पास 3 term है उसको हम बोलेंगे ट्राइनोमियल. So let us check out the examples. First, 1 terms, that is x, 2 terms x and 2 separated by plus sign, and x square plus 2x plus 3, there are 3 terms x square 2x and 3 separated by the plus sign. How can we classify expression based on the number of terms in them? Obviously, जैसे अभी मैंने बताया, तो जिसके पास जिस एक्सप्रेशन में एक ही टर्म होती है उसको हम मोनोमियल बोलते हैं. दिस इज कॉल्ड ए मोनोमियल बिकॉज इट हैज वन टर्म. सेकंड थिंग, x plus 2, that having the 2 terms, so that's why it is called a binomial because it has 2 terms. And the third one, those having the 3 terms, this is called the trinomial because it has 3 terms. तो हमें याद रखनी है, एक्सप्रेशन जब एक टर्म्स का हो उसको मोनोमियल बोलते हैं, यदि एक्सप्रेशन टू टर्म्स का है तो बाइनोमियल बोलते हैं, और यदि वो तीन टर्म्स का है तो ऑटोमेटिकली वी शुड नोइंग अबाउट दैट इज अ ट्राइनोमियल. Same way, we are using that another things of the polynomials. So any expression with a finite number of terms जिसके पास एक से ज़्यादा हो, that have variable with whole numbers powers is known as a polynomials. टर्म्स तो हो पर साथ में उसके वेरिएबल में जो पावर होता है, एक्सपोनेंट होता है, वो होता है होल नंबर. यदि होता है देन वी कैन से दैट इट्स अ पोलिनोमियल. फिर से मैं बोल रहा हूँ, पोलिनोमियल कैन बी मोनोमियल, बाइनोमियल और ट्राइनोमियल हो सकता है, बट बेसिकली this is considered as more than one terms and having the one number of powers that is always being a whole number. अब आप देख सकते हो कि ये सभी पोलिनोमियल्स तो कह ही जाते हैं, बट साथ में एक कंडीशन भी होती है कि जब उसके वेरिएबल के ऊपर जो एक्सपोनेंट लगाया होता है वो एक होल नंबर होना चाहिए. कभी नेगेटिव वाला पावर यानी एक्सपोनेंट यदि किसी के ऊपर एक्सप्रेशन के ऊपर होता है तब हम उसको पोलिनोमियल्स नहीं कहते. सो दैट इज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ द पोलिनोमियल. नाउ, are this algebraic expression, can they also be called polynomials x square plus 2x plus 3? So this is a algebraic expression, obvious, but this is not a algebraic expression because of first term x having the exponent or power -1. तो कभी माइनस नहीं होना चाहिए, ए कभी नहीं होना चाहिए, दैट्स वाई वी कांट से दैट इट्स अ पोलिनोमियल. और दूसरी चीज आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे कि 2x⁻², तो 1/2 भी नहीं होना चाहिए क्योंकि यहाँ पे या तो एक्सपोनेंट जो होगा वो होल नंबर ही होगा, लाइक x². यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि x के ऊपर किसी भी वेरिएबल के ऊपर यदि होल नंबर एक्सपोनेंट के फॉर्म में होता है तभी उसको पोलिनोमियल बोलते हैं, अदरवाइज polynomial नहीं बोलते. Second one is not considered as a polynomial. Let's check here the answer. It is an algebraic expression and polynomial with three terms. While this is expression is not a polynomial because its variable have negative and rational power. तो जिसका रेशनल पावर होता है, नेगेटिव पावर होता है, वो कभी पोलिनोमियल्स नहीं हो सकता. नेक्स्ट वन, which terms x square y plus x square y plus 3x square can be combined to simplify the expression further? Recall the concept of like and unlike terms. आप याद करो जब आप like और unlike terms 8th स्टैंडर्ड में सीखे थे तो क्या करेंगे हम, एक्स स्क्वायर वाई प्लस एक्स स्क्वायर वाई दोनों का हम सम कर सकते हैं क्योंकि दोनों लाइक टर्म है. तो एक्स स्क्वायर वाई टर्म्स के वेरिएबल होते हैं एक्स एंड वाई, एक्स स्क्वायर वाई के वेरिएबल होते हैं एक्स एंड वाई. सो एक्स स्क्वायर वाई एंड एक्स स्क्वायर वाई आर द लाइक टर्म्स एज दे हैव द सेम सेट ऑफ द वेरिएबल एंड द पावर ऑफ दिस वेरिएबल आर द सेम. We can add and subtract like terms, so we can simplify x square y plus x square y is equal to 2x square y. जैसे हम 8th स्टैंडर्ड में भी करते थे वैसे ही, क्योंकि दोनों लाइक टर्म होती है तो उसके बीच में एडिशन भी हो सकता है और सब्ट्रैक्शन भी हो सकता है. Another one is here given that which terms in x square y plus x square y plus 3x square y be combined to simplify here. So we can say that 2x square y plus 3x square. So 2x square y and 3x square are unlike term क्योंकि दोनों में like term नहीं है, दोनों unlike term है. So we cannot add or subtract them. Hence this expression cannot be simplified any further. हम आगे इससे आगे हम उसको सिंप्लीफाइड नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि यदि ये दोनों लाइक टर्म होती तो हम सिंप्लीफाइड कर सकते थे. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस ऑल बोथ टर्म्स आर अनलाइक, सो दैट्स व्हाई वी कैन नॉट फर्दर सिंप्लीफाइड इट. So now let us revise how to add and subtract expression here. Add 2x square plus 3x plus 2 and 5x minus 7. So what is the first step of it? 2x square plus 3x plus 2 and 5x minus 7. So to add two or more algebraic expression, always place the like term one below the other. तो हमें क्या करना है, जो जो like term है उसके नीचे रख देना है. जैसे मैंने 8 स्टैंडर्ड में भी आपको बताया था कि कैसे उसका एडिशन करते थे, वही चीज़ यहाँ पे आपका रिवीजन है, तो आप याद रख लो फिर से कि जो जो लाइक टर्म्स है उसके नीचे हमें लिख देना है और बाद में उसका एडिशन करना है. स्टेप 2, कंबाइन देम एंड राइट द फाइनल आंसर इन सिंप्लीफाइड फॉर्म. सो 2x² 3x और 5x दोनों लाइक टर्म है, तो दोनों का एडिशन होगा 8x और 2 प्लस 7 मतलब -2 प्लस 2 -7 plus 2, that's why we got -5. So 2x square plus 8x minus 5, that is the answer of it. Similar way, that way also be using like that. जो मैंने आपको क्लास में भी मेथड्स बताई हुई है, तो इसकी प्रैक्टिस आप ज़्यादा करना. There are no like terms that can be combined in the expression 2x square plus 8x minus 5. We can say that this is the simplified form of the answer. It cannot be simplified any further. तो इसके बाद इसमें ये दोनों में कोई लाइक टर्म नहीं है, इसीलिए ये ही आंसर आपका फाइनल रहेगा. Now using the another one, 3y square plus 5y and 8y minus 8. So how to edit? 3y square plus 5y, 5y और 8y, that is the like terms. So 3y square 8 plus 5 होता है 13y minus 8. Similar way we have to use. So let us revise how to subtract the expression here. 5x minus 7 from 2x square plus 3x plus 2. So 2x square plus 3x plus 2, 5x minus 7. So begin way we are using, place the like terms one below the other in the first step. Second step, find the additive inverse of the second expression. सेकंड एक्सप्रेशन का जो प्लस साइन है उसको हम माइनस में कन्वर्ट करेंगे. जहाँ पे भी आपको प्लस दिखता है, अब न्यू साइन आपकी हो जाएगी माइनस. सो सब्ट्रैक्शन ऑफ ए नंबर मीन्स एडिंग इट्स एडिटिव इनवर्स. प्लस होता है वो माइनस हो जाता है और माइनस होता है वो प्लस. इट इज ऑल्सो नोन एज एडिटिव इनवर्स. तो जैसे ही आपने साइन चेंज कर दी, आपका आंसर हो जाएगा 2x स्क्वायर माइनस 2x प्लस 9. तो ये हुआ आपका सब्ट्रैक्शन, जो लास्ट हमने 8th स्टैंडर्ड में भी ये सीख चुके हैं. सो लेट अस मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. अनदर वन इज लाइक दैट वे यू ऑल्सो यूजिंग, जैसे कि बोर्ड में हमने बताया था कि ऐसी ही चीज़ जब दो पोलिनोमियल्स का यदि आपको सब्ट्रैक्शन करना है तो इस मेथड से भी कर सकते हो. जैसे हमने बताया अभी कि लास्ट वन जो साइन होती है उसका हमें रिवर्स साइन यूज करना है. प्लस 5x है तो अब ये हो जाएगा माइनस, और माइनस 7 है तो हो जाएगा प्लस. तो अभी 2x स्क्वायर प्लस 3x माइनस 5x कंसिडर करेंगे, तो माइनस 5x और 3x में सब्ट्रैक्शन होगा, तो जिसकी बिगर साइन है वो साइन रहेगी -2x प्लस 9. तो इससे आगे आप फर्दर उसका डेवलपमेंट नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि इसमें और कोई लाइक टर्म नहीं मिल रही. तो दिस इज द फाइनल आंसर फॉर इट. So Hari is given here that the expression 4x square minus 3xy plus 7, he is asked to subtract 2x square minus 5 from it. He solve it in the following way. So is this solution correct? Explain with the reason. तो ये चीज़ आप आज के होमवर्क में ऐड कर दो कि ये सही है कि नहीं है, ये आपको ऐड करना है. सो दिस इज फॉर योर एक्सक्लूसिव होमवर्क ऑफ टूडेज. एंड आपको बता दूं कि पहली जो चीज़ अभी जो मैं लास्ट में दे रहा हूँ वो फैक्टराइजेशन का और ये होमवर्क दोनों चीज़ आपको आज सॉल्व करके सेंड करना है. इज इट क्लियर? सो लेट अस मूव ऑन इट. और आज का सेकंड होमवर्क भी आप लिख लो. ऐड द फॉलोइंग 7a स्क्वायर bc माइनस 3abc स्क्वायर, 3a स्क्वायर bc एंड 2abc स्क्वायर. So these all are the three questions you have to solve in today's homework. So how many homeworks you have? 4 questions total you have to solve. Is it clear? तो ये हुआ आपका आज का होमवर्क. So without failing you have to send it. So today we discussed about the Cartesian coordinates systems and algebraic expression. Both things you have to study from this video lecture, and whatever you not understand well, again you repeat or rewind this video, and whatever the homework that you compulsory send it. Is it clear? So thank you very much for being with us. We will meet very soon into the next day of 4 of this bridge course. Thank you.